What up, y'all, man? It's your boy Said. If you didn't know, now you know. Um, Figured I'll slow down a little bit on this one. Normally, I'm a little hype, but just kind of going through some thoughts and just kind of thinking about life a little bit. Um, I wanted to just come on and share some stuff because it got me to thinking, just in life in general and what I'm grateful for, and just thinking about, me surviving a heart surgery and having a second chance, and even that whole ordeal, I had to fight. And that, eventually had me thinking about the time, I spent as a boxer, or not professionally, whatever, but I trained. Um, and just trying to figure out a way, or just different ways that impacted me. And I didn't know it, when I was going through it, how much I would be able to learn from boxing. Because in our life, man, a whole lot of times, we talk about our dreams and just life in general. And we like, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to succeed. Um, and so it's a fight, it's a dog fight. But one of the biggest things you realize real quick in any fighting sport or competition, is one of the loneliest things in the world. When it's actually time to fight, because it's just you and your opponent in the ring. Nobody else, none of your corner men, nobody else. It's just you. So it's lonely. And that's how it is with life and our dreams. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be you only you can do it. Only you can do it. And I actually took some notes a little bit because I ain't want to pass nothing up, man. But the first thing that popped in my head is you have to be willing to take a punch. You have in any fight, when I was in the military and boxing, any type of combat, when it come to it, you cannot be afraid to take a punch, and you cannot be afraid to throw a punch. So it's offense, defense. And it's the same thing. Like, and I put fear right there because what I hear and see and experience myself was fear, a lot of fear of failure. Um, and that kind of came by way of me wanting to perfect everything, especially when I started to go down the path of entrepreneurship. Because and it's crazy because I could look at TV and look at some of the other people that was in my lane and their marketing and all of that. And then you taking this course and that course, and you seeing all of this good stuff, and you want yours to look like that and sound like that and appear like that. And you don't want it to fall on deaf ears. All of that work and all of that time that you put in, you don't want it to go to waste. So we waste a lot of time stuck in that fearful state of trying to have it perfect. Fear of just putting out what you have and tweaking it from that. So we have to get out of that mindset. My coach, and this will stick with me for the rest of my life, but my coach told me probably about 2 years ago, and I was working on a project. Good enough and done is better than perfect and pending. So y'all just start to put something out there, man. If it's for your people, it's for your people. If you want to go for that promotion, you go for it. Then ask for feedback. And I remember one of the first times I spoke in front of a lot of people, and I used to put it at a lot of bottom of my emails is, life is like photography. We develop from the negatives. So go out there and acquire all the negatives you can get, acquire all the no's you can get, and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it. Before you know it, you're gonna have your perfect product. Um, and that's gonna take practice. Because the next thing we have is learn by the numbers. Uh, when you first start boxing, you don't just get in there, um, get in the ring, and they wrap you up and put the gloves on. And you just go in there and you start training everything. No, you have to start from the basics. First, you start. We got to even see if you can even physically do it. So let's take you through an obstacle course or something. Hit the heavy bag, do jump rope, do all of this. Let me check your breathing and all of that. See how you're doing, right? Then you start to learn the footwork. And then, when we get into the punches, you're not just going in throwing all kinds of combinations. It's one, one, two, one, one, two. Just by the numbers. Even in the military, learning combat training, like you can learn some moves to disable somebody or take something from somebody. You didn't go in and just try and practice the whole movement from the beginning. Uh, it was, hey, let's do this by the numbers. What's step one? You practice step one. What's step two? Practice step two. And now once you master step one, then you can master step two. And before you know it, you got a string of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's the same thing. And I see that a whole lot with people, especially when it comes to the health side, being a health coach. A lot of people, oh, well, that well, you in the Marine Corps, you work out a lot. I want to go to the gym with you. And they want to try and work out on my workout. You're not going to do that. All that's going to do is demotivate you and deactivate you. Learn by the numbers. Go at your own pace. And that's the key. That's the key. You have to go at a pace, and you have to incorporate new habits to replace the old habits. You're not going to go and buy a new couch and put it in your house until you get rid of the old one. And so, yeah, make sure you learn them by the numbers and practice and practice. A lot of people say practice makes perfect. I believe that's a false reality that you can fall into or chase. Practice creates permanence, and that's the thing that you have to have in order to grow to the level you want to grow. I'm not going to say to be successful, but in order to grow at the rate of speed you want to grow and grow to the heights that you want to grow into, it's imperative that you look at it that way. You got to be consistent. Um, like riding a bicycle or driving a car, anything. Like if you have passwords at work or whatever, and you take vacation and you haven't been typing those in, you could be there for 10 years and you go away for a week or two on vacation. You come back, you got to kind of think about that password a little bit. It's because you out of practice. And it's the same thing. So get into practice, learn by the numbers. Now, the next thing, man, that's real funny about boxing, it's one of the strangest sports to me, because you have to do a lot of things that are opposite of what your body and mind naturally wants to do. One of the things, like slipping a punch, you hear that all the time. That's almost an awkward concept to get in your mind, is to slip a punch, because you almost moving in the direction that punch is coming towards you. So, but I gotta slip it. And the natural reaction is, if anybody throw anything towards your face, your natural reaction is to, whoa, what the hell? But it's a little bit different when you bob and weave and slipping, ducking and dodging and doing all of that. It's a little bit different. So you have to continue to master overriding the natural instinct. Our natural instinct is going to be to stay where we're at because we're already surviving. I'm already surviving. Yeah, and it's hard. It might be hard. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm surviving. So the instinct is to just stay here because it's safe, versus let me do the opposite thing and just try over here in the midst of all the fears that's going on in my mind. Like, what are they gonna think? What if I spend this time and create this post? What if nobody watches this video? These are very real things in business and in life that we deal with. And the natural thing is to just say, to default to whatever story it is that you'll believe. So nobody's going to watch this video, so you don't do the video. Nobody's going to join this group, so you don't create your Facebook group. Nobody's going to hire me to speak, so you don't send the emails out. Nobody is going to give me the promotion, so you don't go for it. The girl, the the whatever, the cute girl, you don't go and holler. You stay safe. The thing about staying safe though is you stay exactly where you are if you stay safe. So master overriding that natural instinct to stay safe. And again, like I say, you got to be willing to take those punches and get those negatives. So go and acquire those negatives, and that's going to help build that overriding muscle so you can start to change your thinking. um Next thing is you never skip a day of training, and we talking consistency again, y'all. Man, this is one of the most important parts. Again, I was saying it earlier, about the creating habits. And once you have the habit, now you go, it's a lot easier to remain consistent with that. Because you just not gonna do it, especially if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or anything like that. If you have shirts or whatever, and you just go out every day and you only talk to one person, and then you don't go and do it again for another week, even if you're talking to 100 people, you're not going to see the growth that you want to see. You send a one email here, one email there, you asking one girl on a date, or you only trying one thing in the relationship. Yeah, I mean, it's across all boards. You never skip a day of training. uh, uh a good quote, man, that comes from Stan Pearson II is, effort on fire beats knowledge on ice any day of the week. So we have all the classes and the courses that you might be going, all the stuff that you done acquired through life. If you're not at a point to where you want to be, man, take a breath, take a beat, look at it, and then say, man, I'm finna start the training days. I'm finna start the training days. You don't go to the gym and be able to bench press 225, 325 the first day. No, you go. And the faster you want to get to that goal weight is the harder you gonna train. And you never skip a day of training, because there is a lesson in everything. I will be able to come back and watch this video and get something from it and think about, man, what state of mind was I in before I did the video? What did I do after the video? Or when the missus comes home, how did I receive her? How am I spending time with my son? What is that saying? We can always find a way to train and build ourselves and build our businesses and the whole nine. And that's just going to help that create that consistency. You never take a day off. You might not be being consistent with your Facebook post. That's a whole nother monster. But as long as you're doing something and you're getting incremental progress every day, that's all that matters. I tell everybody, man, 1% a day. 1% a day, you do it enough times, you're gonna hit 100%. But it's those 0% days that's gonna really set you back. So push through, push through, push through, and never skip a day of training, man. Hey, train like your next fight is the championship fight. Straight up. It ain't time for sparring. Man, when you get out here, you out here. And what's the point of training just to train? That's cool. Like, even if you picking up weight, okay, you're not doing it. Some people are out there just doing it to, look good. But then there's something attached to that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and you hear in boxing the championship rounds. And for those of you that don't know, um, the 11th and 12th round is really only fought in a championship fight. Everything else is going to be 10 rounds or less. So that's what they talking about. Like, train, don't go in there and train for a 4-round fight. You go in there and you beast mode. If you go in there amateur and you train like you getting ready to at some point in the next year or two fight Tyson, Roy Jones, or Canelo, any of these guys, you gonna train different. You If your opponent is bigger and better, and you understand that it's gonna be a fight, that's life. we already, man, you sit down and we just chop it up. Be like, man, life could throw you some punches, huh? You gonna be like, yes, it. And you done told people that, man, life hard, man. Life will knock you off on your ass sometimes. So it's a fight. If you able to say that, if it knock you on the ass, so get in there and you train for that fight. So you'll be able to buy, you know what I'm saying? Weave up out of that thing and counter. So train like your next fight is the championship fight. Because what that's gonna do, and really what that is, man, you owning your lane and you becoming an expert in what it is you do. If it's shirts, like you need to be what it, like it's not even my lane, but I know a little bit. Okay, am I running vinyl? Am I doing heat press? Am I doing sublimation? Am I running 100% cotton, 50/50 blend? Am I doing 100 poly? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the case may be, you gotta train and be ready for that and become an expert. Because people say, man, here all the time, well, such and such is lucky, man. Well, they was born with it and this and that. No, to me, the only thing luck is finding an envelope full of money or the lottery. You know what I'm saying? There's very few cases of luck. In most cases, what it appears is luck to the outsider, but to the person that really know what's going on, and to the person where they're experiencing getting those results that you want to see, all it really was, when we take zoom out, we're gonna see where preparation met opportunity. They was prepared for the opportunity. And a lot of us not prepared. I was talking to a buddy, man, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a win, or I'm gonna do X when I get Z, or I'm gonna do A when I get B. It don't necessarily work like that, man. Just get in there, train, 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 get the knowledge every day. You need to be doing something towards your business, towards your goal. Something, something is like Eric Thomas says, never a day off. And I'm not saying you gotta clock in for 8 hours. I don't care if it's 30 minutes. I started my business off 30 minutes a day in the beginning because I just didn't, that was the only time I could set aside. But in those 30 minutes, and I did it every day, every day, every day. And now I'm on the phones with deans. Like I never would have thought this. You know what I'm saying? I met Odell Bazell and then went through a course of his, and he introduced me to some higher ed professionals. And now I'm on the phone with them, and they like, yo, hey man, can you send me a copy of your bio? Hey, I need you to look like let's collab. Let's get ready to do. You know what I'm saying? And this is in the midst of COVID, but you gotta train and be ready for that. It don't just happen overnight. Kobe was in the gym shooting, shooting, shooting. LeBron was in the gym shooting, shooting. Muhammad Ali was training, training. Tyson, Roy Jones, whoever. Train, 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 train. So when they come and say, hey man, you ready to fight the champ? You ready to go for it? You can say yeah, or versus, man, I'm not ready. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more time. Shit. Hey, train so you can stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. And probably the last one, man, and I have a whole course that I'm creating around this one. This this is one of the most important ones right here, and that's how to right people in your corner. Accountability. Um, so important, guys. I can remember when I first started this whole coaching and speaking and this whole journey and even getting healthier after my heart surgery. I can remember that Marine mindset and that essentially what we would call that go-getter mentality. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it, which is great to believe in yourself. But what would happen is on those days where it got hard and I was only accountable to myself, I could push it off. But it hits different. It's a lot harder to not keep your word to yourself. I mean, to somebody else. versus to yourself. I could tell me, well, man, I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. Then tomorrow come and it's raining. Be like, well, man, I just go the next day. But it's a lot harder once I done pull somebody in that I know, like, and trust, and I let them in on what I'm doing, on my plans. And then when tomorrow come, they say, yo, we going to the gym? Are you going to the gym? Now, based on my morals, I'm not a liar. I got to tell them the truth. Man, I ain't going. I ain't got to give them the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we'll run it. Because we're not going to be like, man, I'm not going to the gym because I don't care about my goals, which is the truth. That's the real truth. The nasty, nasty. But we're going to be like, nah, man, I ain't going. Well, why you ain't going? Man, it's raining, it's ugly out there, man. It's cold. I don't feel like going, man. I had a long day, blah, 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 blah. Right? And if they the right accountability partner, they can question you in the right way and just remind you of your goals and pull the truth out. Because that real truth, like they say, is truth in that statement. I'm saying that a lot. But the truth hurts. And if you gotta pull an ugly truth to where you just being lazy, well, why you ain't send no emails today? I ain't feel like it. I was being lazy. I was tired. I was scared, hurt, whatever the case. And now you gotta tell that to somebody. It's gonna hit different when you even hear those words coming out your mouth. Oh well, man, I ain't go because I don't care about my goals. Cause that's really what it is. I ain't go when I was tired. Take that out. You could, because if your why is big enough, nothing gonna matter. Nothing is going to matter. So you gotta have the right cut man in your corner, the right kind of hype man or second, and the right trainer. You gotta have all of these pieces. And these are real important pieces. Cause here's the thing, y'all. Like you could be watching this video and you like, yeah, man, I got it. You get hype, inspired. And then first, couple days, everything going gravy. But then once that motivation, that gas run out, because motivation got a shelf life. That's why you gotta have a why. And that's why you gotta have an accountability corner, team. I ain't get here, I ain't get nowhere where I got on my own. You can be like, I did all this. No, you didn't. Because even at the end of the day, somebody was signing that paycheck you was getting. If you sold dope, somebody was buying it, somebody was giving. Yeah, so you ain't do it, stop lying. Don't lie to you. You ain't do it by yourself. You need somebody. Now get the right people in your corner. That, as my homegirl Chandra Denise say in her movement, for the ladies, go check out Girl Get Your Circle Right. Fellas, get your circle right. Get your corner man right. And put the right people in place that you can count on to be able to push you to the very next level. It's going to be real beneficial having that accountability to say, hey, and have that check in. It'll change your life. And man, I know I done went a little long today, longer than I normally do on these here, but I just had to put that out there, man, and break it down a little bit. Hey, just if y'all want to holler at me, man, around this, I just kind of want to know y'all thoughts, man. Like, what does it look like for you fighting for your life right now? Like, what's some celebrations? I want to know some celebrations, and I also want to know like what you struggling. Like, what's hard for you? The consistency, the fear, the accountability. Like, what part of it? You know what I'm saying? And like, let's start some dialogue, man, and stop caring about what the hell people gonna think if you put it on the Facebook, the tube, the gram. Man, let's get this junk out of our heads, man, and help drive each other towards our goals, man, and help eliminate some of this polarization that's going on, man, and start to help each other accomplish some goals and dreams, man. That's my motto now is I learn and I serve it back. I serve it right back to the people, man, because it's selfish if I don't. And so that means I gotta let y'all in. Don't be afraid to let nobody in, man. Uh, hey, this is the fight. This is the championship fight. You only get one life to live, so it's only one fight that you're gonna fight. Even if you get knocked down, you can get back up. I'm telling you, if you can hear the words coming out of my mouth, I'm telling you right now that you it's possible for you. Whatever level you want to hit, however you want your relationships to be, whatever kind of job I don't care what it is, you already got it inside of you, man. Just start to focus on you and not me. And you're gonna start to see the things that's within you and the things that's gonna drive you to the very next level, man. So hey, until next time, man, I ain't even on the computer, but all right, man, I love y'all and I'll see y'all next time.